War for the Planet of the Apes. Yes, guys, I've seen this movie very early since I saw this movie last night at the Planet of the Apes triple feature with this Rise and Dawn before they show War for the Planet of the Apes, which I do have my past when I saw this movie with this cool little VIP thing I saw with this movie. Also, too, I even got this cool poster. This cool Rise, Dawn, War poster for the trilogy. And on the back, you see Caesar. It's just an awesome poster. But anyways, let's get on. Let's talk about War of the Planet of the Apes. In War for the Planet of the Apes and the humans have started their war after the end of Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, when Koba has started a war with the humans after he attacked them at the end of Dawn, and now the war has begun. While Caesar has something else on his mind, where he's going against the Colonel, played by Woody Harrelson, to avenge, which I'm not going to spoil. I'm just going to leave it right there. Now, the Planet of the Apes franchise, like I said in my previous reviews, has been an interesting franchise where I love the first film. The first film is a masterpiece. It's a classic. The sequels, with the exception of Escape from the Planet of the Apes, have been a little iffy for me because I'm not really the biggest on Beneath, Conquest, or Battle. Well, Escape from the Planet of the Apes is the one I really much enjoy. That's the only sequel in the original franchise that I really enjoy. While the Tim Burton reimagining, let's not talk about that one again. And the two prequel slash reboot films, Rise and Dawn, these two films are really good and brought new energy to the franchise and made people why we love apes to begin with. And War for the Planet of the Apes, this freaking movie was amazing. I loved War for the Planet of the Apes. This movie is without a doubt the best out of the three of the new Planet of the Apes films that we have had so far. I mean, just when I watched the marathon last night from 4 to like 11:30, like I just noticed how each film just gets better and better and better. Like Rise is a movie that I like, but like I said in my review, I don't love Rise. Rise was a pretty good start to the new franchise, but since it's the first film, the first film will always a bit, iffy, not so great. But Rise of the Planet of the Apes is really good, but it's not perfect. While Dawn proved that this franchise is getting better and better, and War for the Planet of the Apes to show that. War for the Planet of the Apes to show that this franchise has gone from just really good to just awesome, just all out, just goodness. Just this movie was just amazing, and all I gotta say is that I'm glad that I saw the triple feature. I mean, my God. There was not a single moment in this movie where I was just waiting for something to happen, or where she just drags and drags and drags and drags and drags. It was no scenes like that in this movie. This movie just kept going. It kept you invested, it kept you interested, it kept you watching these characters, and that's what I love about these Planet of the Apes films, that even though these movies stars apes, anthropomorphic CGI apes, you care for these characters. You care for Caesar. You care for Maurice. You care for Rocket. You care for so many characters in this franchise and in this movie too, that you're just so invested. You're just loving this movie like how I was last night, and just watching the triple feature just made me just go like, yeah, like you see how much effort they put into each film, how to just get better, 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 better. And that's what I just love. I know I said this before, that's what I just love about this new trilogy. Andy Serkis, once again, just proves himself that this man is Oscar worthy. Like, why is it? This man should be nominated for an Oscar. I mean, my God, Academy Awards. I don't care if he's in a CGI suit. Nominate him for an Oscar. Just please, 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 please. He was just so freaking good in this movie. He was great in the first two films, but in this movie, just wow. And you can definitely see how Caesar have evolved and matured throughout these three films that he's been in. This movie, but just his performance. This is probably my favorite performance of Andy Serkis, next to Gollum from the Lord of the Rings trilogy, because oh my God, just Academy Awards, nominate him for an Oscar now. If you don't, I will start a riot. I am not joking. I will start a riot if you do not nominate Andy Serkis for an Oscar. I mean, just come on. Oh, you don't. Okay. We all know that Maurice and Rocket are back in this film, but let's just talk about the new characters that we get introduced to in this film, like the Deaf Girl. I thought that she was a great addition to this film, and I just love how when we first see her and Maurice, how her and Maurice has communicated since she is deaf, she knows sign language, and Maurice knows sign language. I thought that was just genius writing right there, and it makes this movie feels a lot more human. And what I just loved about this film was too that any other films like the Apes feel more humans than the actual humans. And that's kind of ironic because you see these two characters, they first meet, and how they just have great chemistry right there. That's how they just communicated with their sign language. I was like, what more great can you do with that other than just not let them talk at all? But I just thought that when you just have a person who is deaf and doesn't know how to talk, or who can't speak, my bad, and that person do a sign language and the other person do a sign language, just great. We get introduced to a new ape in this movie, Bad Ape, played by Steve Zahn. And to be honest with you guys, when I first saw him, I honestly thought he would be the Jar Jar Binks of this movie, which he wasn't. I thought he was funny. He had his funny, dumb moments, but he was a very cool and interesting character that they added into this movie. How he just helped the plot just move along in this movie, and he was just very important to the story. And you're gonna have a funny, weird, wacky character and have them be important to the story, not like this guy right here. Just screw Jar Jar Binks, screw that guy. But anyways, Steve Zahn, he surprised me as Bad Ape. I didn't think he would be like a Jar Jar Binks, because he wasn't a Jar Jar Binks in this movie. He was just a very funny, quirky ape. But he was important to the story. I think we need more characters like Bad Ape in other movies. You have a funny character, but have to be important to the story. Just take notes, directors and producers. Just take notes. Woody Harrelson does a great job as the Colonel in this movie. This guy was a savage. He took no crap from anybody. Woody Harrelson was just great. And to be honest with you guys, this is the type of movie that is hard to talk about without spoiling anything, because there are a lot of things in this movie that surprised me, and there are a lot of things if I say the things in this movie that I really do want to say, but if I do, it's considered to be a spoiler, and a huge spoiler too. But Woody Harrelson's, the Colonel's motivation in this movie is very understandable, but it's messed up at the same time for what he did earlier in this film, which I'm not going to spoil with you guys, but just, it's best to go in without knowing anything about the character, about the Colonel. Just go in, just assume he's a bad guy, and then you see what he does in this movie, you're just like, you would be like that watching this film, like what he does in this movie, and what he did earlier in this film, to why Caesar wanted to go after this guy. It's like, dang, you're just one evil mofo. I was just seeing that throughout the entire film while watching this character. Like, this guy just don't like the guy. Now, as far as the action and the war in this movie, I just have to just clap it up, because it was so freaking just breathtaking. I'm like, oh my god, it was so freaking great. And just this type of movie that you have to see like on the big screen, just in 3D. And it did look pretty good in 3D. I gotta say, like, the 3D was pretty good. Now, as far as the closure for this movie, and I do gotta say, like, after this movie was over, I honestly felt very satisfied. Because I feel like if they made a fourth film, it would kind of like ruin like the ending for this movie. I won't spoil it, but the ending for this movie was a perfect send-off and a perfect closure for this trilogy that we do have now. Because I felt like Caesar's story is definitely one of the best parts of this new franchise. And I really do feel that this movie, they should stop after this. After this movie, like, they should just lay low on the Apes films and focus on something else, because this is like a perfect send-off for the trilogy, and it's a perfect ending. Yeah, I do gotta say now that the new Planet of the Apes trilogy is definitely one of my favorite trilogies of all time, and it's one of those trilogies where it gets better by each film. Rise was good, Dawn was even better, War was freaking phenomenal. Like, that's how I'm going to describe this trilogy, and that's how I'm going to describe the Captain America trilogy with First Avenger, Winter Soldier, and Civil War. But thank you, Matt Reeves, thank you, 20th Century Fox, and thank you, of course, Andy Serkis, for bringing us this wonderful, fantastic trilogy of Planet of the Apes. War for the Planet of the Apes most definitely gets an A+. However, two things I do gotta say about this film though. Logan is still my favorite film of this year. This is second behind Logan. And the original 68 Planet of the Apes film was still my favorite out of the franchise. So, yeah. Thank you so much for watching, guys. This has been an interesting series of reviews, like I said in my Dawn of the Planet of the Apes review. So, yeah, I'm kind of glad that I review all these movies now. So, yeah. So, thanks so much for watching, guys. Let me know if you think of War for the Planet of the Apes in the comment section down below. If you've seen the movie already, because the movie comes out tomorrow. And as always, guys, if you are new to my channel and you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.